I'm going to read to you the forbidden chapter. What is the forbidden chapter? It's Isaiah 53. And why is it called the forbidden chapter? It's because this talks about how Jesus, Yeshua, is the Messiah. In Judaism, they call this the forbidden chapter because when they read it, they see that it is only Jesus, or how they call his name, Yeshua. He is the Messiah, and it matches perfectly. So let's start reading this. Isaiah 53. Who has believed our report? To whom has the arm of the Lord been revealed? For he shall grow before him as a tender plant, and as a root out of dry ground, and has no form or comeliness. And when we see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. He is despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief, and we hid, as it were, our faces from him. He was despised, and we did not esteem him. Surely he was borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we esteemed him stricken, smitten by God, and afflicted. This is already talking about how much pain this man, the Messiah, goes through, how he encounters sorrow and grief, and how he carries our sorrows. And that is because of what we have done, and how he was rejected by man. And Jesus, after he was on a donkey through Jerusalem, how they said, Hosanna, Hosanna, he was later rejected by so many people. So let's continue. But he was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. And chastisement for our peace was upon him. And by his stripes we are healed. So this talks about how much pain he went through, for that he was wounded for our transgressions. And he was bruised for our iniquities. So all the beatings that Jesus, Yeshua, had encountered before he went on the cross was all of our transgression, all of our sin, all the bad things that we have done, put those wounds on Christ. So when you sin, you need to understand the sin that we're doing. It's the same sin that put Christ on the cross, the same sin that damaged God. So when we sin, we need to understand the effect it did, and how we can't just play around with sinning. It's a very serious thing. And it also says here, by his stripes we're healed. Because of the sin that we put on him, and the way that he took all of those punishments, he took it on the cross, and he said, Lord, forgive them. Because he said that, because he let all those damages and wounds be upon him, we're healed because of that, because of those stripes. Because when we believe that God can heal us, and when we believe that God can forgive us, we will be healed. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned everyone to his own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. So we're all sheep. Sometimes sheep, they go astray. They go away from the shepherd, and we try to be on our own way. But we know that when a sheep goes along their own way, what are they going to come across is wolves. And wolves, they will attack us. So, and the wolves is the devil, and the devil's schemes that he tries to attack us with. But we need to understand that Yeshua, he is the good shepherd, the shepherd that will protect us as sheep. And because of when we go astray, that's again sinning, and God put that upon Jesus, so he took that to the cross as well, so that we can be forgiven, so that we can go back to the shepherd, and the shepherd can forgive us, and take care of us. Verse 7, he was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. He was led as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before his shearers is silent, so he opened not his mouth. What does it mean when he said he didn't open his mouth? So Jesus, Yeshua, he came down because he is God. He, like it says, he can move mountains. So if he wanted to, he could say, Lord, I'm upset with these people. I want them to be struck dead right away. He could have done that. He could have stopped all of this. He could have been like, Lord, my wounds are hurting. I'm gonna be healed, and it would have been healed. But he didn't say a word. He let all that stuff happen. He let all of our wounds affect him. And that's the amount of self-control to do that is unfathomable. And again, it says, like, as a lamb to the slaughter. He was a perfect lamb going to be slaughtered. He was taken from prison and from judgment, and he was declare his generation. And who will declare his generation? For he was cut off from the land of the living. From the transgressions of my people he was stricken. And they made his grave with the wicked, but with the rich at his death, because he had done no violence, nor was any deceit in his mouth. So Jesus went to the cross in the exact same way that wicked people do. That the wicked people deserve the cross. But Jesus, Yeshua, is a perfect lamb. He had no sin, yet he went to the cross. Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him. He has put him to grief. When you make his soul an offering for sin, he shall see his seed. He shall prolong his days. The pleasure of the Lord shall prosper in his lands. It's really interesting to see that it says, yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him, because he knew that what Jesus was going to go through, it would change the world forever. That through the perfect sacrifice, that there would be millions and billions of people that could have an opportunity to come to Christ, to be saved because of what Jesus did. And that's what made God so happy. And it was an offering. So Christ dying on the cross was the perfect offering for all of our sin, for eternity. All the past sin, future sin will be forgiven when we look to Christ and we accept him. Verse 11, and he shall see the labor of his soul and be satisfied. By his knowledge, my righteous servant shall justify many, for he shall bear their iniquities. So it's saying how Yeshua, who is Lord, yes, he will see that the labor that he did, that sacrificed his soul and his body, and he knew that it would be satisfied, because he knew, like I said, he knew how many people would be saved through what he did, and that pleased him. And he said, Lord, this will be worth it. All this pain, all this grief, all the blood and sadness will be worth it for all these people that I love so much. And again, it says that he bared his iniquities. Christ became sin. He was not a sinner, but he became sin for us. He became a perfect sacrifice. Verse 12, therefore I will divide him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong, because he poured out his soul unto death, and he was numbered with the transgressors, and he bore the sin of many, and made intercession for the transgressors. So that's the end of Isaiah 53. And this shows exactly what Yeshua went through to fulfill the prophecy that he will be the Messiah. And I speak to any person who is a Jew or follows Judaism, and I pray that you read Isaiah 53, you understand it, and you read the Gospels and see that Yeshua truly is the Messiah, that he did go through all these things, and the sin that you do every day, every week, that was the wounds that was on him. But he said, let them wound me so I can take it to the cross and that I can say that I forgive them. And you are forgiven if you do accept him, and if you do believe that he is the Messiah, the Lord of your life and your Savior, that you will be forgiven. So I just encourage you, just put your trust in God that he is the Messiah. Believe it today.